about our last lesson? We started your course yesterday, last Saturday, okay, and I outlined the P1 components, including speaking test, reading, writing, and listening. And we started listening part 2, right? Any questions?
Yeah.
Any?
Part 2? No.
Okay. So let's start. You need to please open your book to page 9. Okay. Today, the first grammar lesson, prepositions of time. Prepositions of time. Can you give me examples of prepositions of time?
In the evening, the afternoon.
No, prepositions, you know what? Prepositions, حروف الجر. Like at, in, on. Right?
In and at.
Yes, in, at. When we use in?
We use it with the how can I say it? Like the afternoon,
yes.
evening, like that.
Yes, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and also we use them with years in 2020, for example, or in the century, in the 20th century, and 21st century, in the summer, in the winter, in the autumn, and so on. Here, season of the right? And what about at? When we use at?
With time, like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yes, with time.
Like that.
And also you can say at night, at midnight, at midday, at the weekend. Okay. And we use on.
Okay.
When we use on?
On with like on my birthday.
Exactly, on my birthday. With days of the week, as you know, on Sunday. And with dates, exactly. Days. Yes, when I ask you, when were you born? For example, I was born on 22nd of October, for example. Okay, so in this way, date. Okay. So please refer to page 116.
Okay.
Okay, for further details about this. 116. Then we come back to this page. Yes, as we mentioned, Nawaf, here.
Yes.
Yes, quickly, please. We use at, just to have a look quickly. Then we'll start our practice. Just double check your answers. At breakfast time. Okay.
Teacher, I can't hear you.
Can't hear me? Now, okay? Now, can you hear me?
What? I can't hear you very well.
Hey, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, Nawaf? Nawaf, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Nawaf, can you see my screen? Nawaf, can you see my screen?
Yes, I see teacher very well.
It's okay now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right.
Sorry.
So now we use at time for the times of the day, at breakfast time, at lunch break, and so on. At the weekend, at night, at New Year. at New Year. طيب, can you check for يا نواف on? We use on for what? Days of the
with
week
the days.
or dates. طيب, we use in with years, seasons, month, and the parts of the day like in the morning. Okay, very easy. Can you complete this quickly, please? Yeah. Can you complete this?
Yes, I can complete it.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yes.
On Saturday. The next one?
In the evening.
In the morning. 11 o'clock?
In the morning, sorry. At
August 28th.
4 on.
On. Date. Type. The evening.
On.
On ولا in?
In.
In the evening. Type. Saturday.
In, teacher.
Okay, so in the evening on Saturday. Right?
6 is on.
Exactly. So now let's refer to page 7 again. Okay.
Okay.
Type. Can you complete this, please? Put the words in the right column.
1 minute. 1 minute, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, what do you want me to do?
Page 7 يا نواف. Exercise 6.
Okay.
Here. Exam, make mistakes with prepositions. Yeah, let's start with 5. Correct the mistakes. 1 to 5.
At.
Okay, let's finish 5 يا نواف first, please. Start with 5. Exercise 5. Correct the mistakes.
Okay. In the evening.
In the evening. Type 2.
2. In summer.
In summer. 3.
3 at.
At. 4.
In
the morning. Type 5.
On.
The days when there are not too many people. Type. The next one. I think this is easy for you, Nawaf, right? Okay.
Okay.
Type. Now, when do the activities in the book? Say, when do exams, eat in a restaurant, get a bus, go shopping, socialize, watch TV. For example, Nawaf, some people go by bus very early in the morning. I get the bus at 8:15. What about you?
I get the bus at 6 o'clock.
Okay. Yes, what else?
And like what do you want me to say?
Talk about your daily. When do you get up? When do you start school? When do you finish school? When do you sleep? When do you have lunch?
Okay.
And so on.
I wake up.
I try to use time
I wake up. Okay.
Try to use
I wake
time
up.
prepositions. Yeah.
Okay. I wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock, and then I get ready to get the bus.
Yes.
At 6 o'clock.
Perfect.
And when I finish my school, I get also in the bus at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
In the afternoon.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, Nawaf. So now frequency adverbs, the second grammar focus of unit 1, frequency adverbs. If I ask you, Nawaf, how often do you pray per day?
5 times.
I pray or I always pray 5 times a day, right? How often do you brush your teeth?
Always.
I brush my teeth every day or once a day. For example, I brush my teeth once a day or twice a day, and so on. So what I mean frequency adverbs, Nawaf? Like what? Like always, sometimes, usually, never, often, rarely. Okay? So read the text about Julian in pairs, discuss how similar his daily habits are to yours. Read about her and focus on her daily routine, okay, and focus on frequency adverbs. And then you should talk about your daily routine using frequency adverbs. Yes, read the Nawaf, please.
Okay. The first one.
So on weekdays, Julian always starts work at 6 a.m.
Teacher, you want me
Yes.
to read the first one or the second one?
Yeah, read with your eyes. Read your eyes and focus on frequency adverbs.
Okay. On weekends, Julian always starts work at 6 a.m. So he usually gets up at 5 a.m. and has a quick breakfast at 15 o'clock. He takes the bus to work at 5 and 40.
5:40 or
14
20 to 6 or 20 to 6.
Okay. On most days, but sometimes he walks Julian's lunchtime is usually before what is it? The
Midday.
words after
Midday.
midday when the coffee often gets busy again.
Right.
He normally has dinner at 6 and he goes to bed. He goes to bed about 10 every evening.
Exactly. So here you know frequency adverbs. Where can you use them? Before or after the verb?
Before.
Exactly. Like here, he always starts. Usually gets up. But sometimes he walks. So here walks before the verb. Okay, midday. Yes. Okay. Often gets,
usually,
as you see, usually has
dinner.
Okay, but except Nawaf with verb to be. What is verb to be? Is. Look, is usually. So frequency adverbs come before the verbs except verb to be come after verb to be, not before. Like they are always on time. They are usually late for school. Is it clear?
Yes.
Type. What about you, Nawaf? What about your daily routine? Can you describe your weekdays? Use the same ideas, but please change the time to suit your daily routine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every day, I always wake up.
Okay.
I always start my day.
Yes.
With a cup of tea.
Okay.
And usually I drink coffee.
Perfect. Yes.
When I go to the work, when I go to work,
Okay.
I eat often in the breakfast. I eat sandwich cheese with milk,
Okay.
and sometimes I don't eat breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, after the work, I go to the park and walks on it.
Okay. In the park.
Okay.
طيب.
How is it?
Okay, Nawaf. Yes. Yeah, really good. So, which is correct? Frequency adverbs plus verb to be, or verb to be plus frequency adverb?
Verb to be plus request
Yes.
adverb.
Exactly. Like he is always on time. He is always. He is sometimes
Yeah.
late. I am
Yeah.
never late for school, for example. Type. But frequency adverbs like often, sometimes, rarely, go before or after other main verbs. Before or after?
After.
No, before. Before the main
Before
verb.
the.
Okay, he sometimes takes taxi to the to his office. He always drives his car to work. He always drives his car to work, and so on. So come before the verb, before the main verb. Type. Where do we usually put longer frequency expressions like every day, most days? Where do we usually put longer frequency expressions like every day, most days? For more details about this, Nawaf, please go to page 116. Again, 116
Okay.
again. But this time,
Okay,
please,
no problem.
frequency adverbs. Here.
I am on it.
Okay. Here.
Okay, I see it.
Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so always, as you see, means 100%. Usually, the second one may be 90%, often maybe 80 or 70%, sometimes 50%, occasionally, maybe 30%, hardly ever 20% or 10%, never 0%. Right? Read the first point. Here we have 3 points to consider, Nawaf. Read the first, please. Before the main verb, as I told you. Like I usually, I sometimes, I never go to work in the evening. If you have negative, Nawaf, like I don't often go. خلي بالك where the frequency comes before the main verb. يعني between
Before.
don't or doesn't and the main verb. For example, he doesn't often brush his teeth in the afternoon. He doesn't usually have breakfast before leaving house, and so on. Type. We don't use never, hardly ever, or always at the beginning or end of the sentence. يعني ما ينفعش استخدم always و hardly و never at the beginning or end of the sentence. They come before the main verb or in the middle of the sentence. Okay, Nawaf? Nawaf, are you with me?
Okay. Yes.
Frequency adverbs after verb to be, as I told you. I am often ill in the winter. She is usually at university at 8 o'clock. Right?
Yes, before the main verb.
Exactly. طيب. Also, can you read this, Nawaf, please?
Okay. There are other experience that we can use, expressions that we can use to talk about friendship. These expressions are used to at the beginning or end of sentence,
Not in the middle.
not in the middle.
أيوة. Like what?
Every day,
Yes,
every day, every
every
week,
week,
every month,
every month.
every year.
So here, can you use them in the middle,
a
Nawaf?
day,
In the
twice
middle of the
a week.
sentence? Just wait, please. Can you?
No,
No. يا إما تستخدمها at the beginning or at the end of the sentence.
or and
طيب, another one, also use the same way. Once a day,
a day.
twice a week, or 3 times a month. Okay, for example, I visit my family in Riyadh 3 times a month. Okay,
We can put it in the middle of the sentence.
No, not in the middle.
Yes,
At the
yes, we
beginning,
can put it. I told.
wait, not in the middle.
Yes, we can put it in the middle.
No, we can't. We
Teacher,
can't.
I told you, I can't put it in the
Yes,
middle.
you can't. You mean you can't, not can. Right? Type. Or you can say on Fridays, at weekends. On Fridays, I go shopping with my family. At the weekends, I go out with my friends. Or I go out with my friends at weekends.
Teacher?
Yes, Nawaf, I can hear you.
Yes, there's difference between every Friday or on Fridays or not.
The same. On Fridays means every Friday. يعني كل يوم جمعة بيحصل الكلام. On Fridays. Okay? But if you say on Friday, I have a test on Friday, مثلا. I have an English lesson on Friday. Just one lesson, one day only. But if you say S on Fridays, means every Friday.
Okay.
Type. The last one, most days,
Must be.
most nights, most weeks. So these expressions in Nawaf come at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. They don't come in the middle. Here example, on Fridays, I go to the office by bike. شوف where is it? At the beginning. أو ممكن تقول I go to the office by bike on Fridays. يعني you can use it at the end of the sentence. يعني ممكن on Fridays دي come at the end. يعني ممكن نخليها في الآخر خالص هنا. Clear?
Okay. Yes.
Another one, I go running twice a week. I go running twice a week.
Can I say twice a week I go running?
I go running. But if you start like this, you must put comma.
Yes.
If you start with it, you must put comma like here. On Fridays. Look, comma here. أهو. يعني منع عشان ما تلخبطش وانسى اعمل الكوما ياخد علي خطأ. انا بخليها at the end وخلاص. Okay, if you use it at the end, no need to use comma.
Okay.
Clear, Nawaf?
Yes, clear.
Okay, يلا. Can you start, please? Here, exercise 1. Make sentences using the words.
I go to the gym twice a week.
I go
to the gym.
I go to the gym twice a week. Well done. Please write in your book, ya Nawaf. You have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Once you finish, let me know. Yalla, go ahead.
All of them?
The first 4, please. Write the first.
Okay. I finished the first one.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Teacher, the second one is I spend
Okay.
more than hour
Okay.
and hardly even there.
Yeah.
This is right.
Again,
This
please.
is
Could you read it again?
okay. I spend more than hour, more than hour,
Mhm.
um, and and
So I
I
hardly ever, I
I hardly
hardly
ever
ever
and there.
spend more than an hour there. Again, I
Okay.
hardly ever spend more than an hour there. Again, I
Again.
hardly ever,
Okay.
let me write it for you. I
Okay.
hardly ever, this is the frequency adverb, spend more than, more than, more than an hour there.
What after spend?
More than an hour. Or you can say, I hardly ever spend. Yes, there at the end, yes. Okay, does it make sense? This is really important, ya Nawaf. Now you are B1 level. So after this level, you must be ready to write perfect academic writing, excellent structures.
Okay.
Really important.
I hardly ever
I
spend
hardly ever spend
more than
an hour there. More than an hour there. Okay?
okay, I finish.
Right, the next one, 3.
I sometimes run
Yes. Run
uh, uh, run for an half hour.
for half an hour. Again, I sometimes run for half an hour. I sometimes run for half an hour. Okay? Nawaf, okay?
Sometimes. Okay.
I, huh?
Yes,
I,
teacher.
I
Sometimes.
sometimes
Sometimes
run for half an hour. يعني في الغالب بجري لمدة نصف ساعة. Okay. طيب 4 يا نواف, the last one for you.
1 minute. I
Yeah.
finish.
Yes, read for
Okay.
me.
I usually
I usually
listen to the music
listen to
while I am
music
running.
while I am running. Perfect. So I usually listen to music while I am running. Okay. Well done. طيب, what about 5 يا نواف, the last one?
Okay. I always when I get home get exhausted.
I am always exhausted.
When I get home.
Or you can say when I get home, I am always exhausted. But when I get home, I am always exhausted. Because here after exhausted, يعني what does mean exhausted يا نواف?
Tired.
Very tired. Yes. مرة مرهق يعني. So when I get home, I'm always exhausted. Okay.
Okay.
طيب. Number 6.
I every Friday go out with my friends.
Again, please.
I every Friday
No.
go out with.
No, I told you, Nawaf, every Friday I can't use it in the middle of the sentence. Use it at the beginning or
every
at the
every sorry teacher. Every Friday I go out with my friends.
Just wait, please, Nawaf. Please wait. Look here. After Friday, you can see full stop. Look. Can you see full stop?
Yes.
So means use it at the end of the sentence. You can't start with the sentence. Why? Because here full stop after Friday. So
I go out with my friends every Friday.
I go out with my friends every Friday. That's it. I go out with my friends every Friday.
Okay.
Clear, Nawaf?
It's clear, teacher.
Okay, so please refer, go back to page 7.
Okay.
Page 7, please. Right. Complete with the words in the brackets. Please go to page 8, not 7, page 8. And use the words in brackets in the right place. Use the words in brackets in the correct place in sentences. Number 1, I listen to music on the radio. Use occasionally. عليه الراجل, I occasionally listen to music on the radio. What about 2?
I check my phone for messages every 2 hours.
Exactly. Can you use it every 2 hours in the middle?
No.
No, you can't. Type 3.
I'm never late for my English lessons.
Perfect. So I'm never late. I'm never late. Exactly. I'm never late for my English classes. Type next one, 4.
I sometimes write emails to friends.
Wonderful. Great. Number 5, please.
I don't always have lunch at home.
Great. 6.
hardly ever I go out on Monday night.
No. What about 6? Number 6, please. Almost
6?
every
Oh,
day.
okay. I am almost no. Almost every day I am sleepy in the morning.
Okay.
I use it in the
At the end.
beginning.
No, at the beginning. Use it at the end of the sentence. So I'm sleepy in the morning almost every day. I'm sleepy in the
Okay.
morning almost every day. Type
Okay.
number 7.
I hardly ever go out on Monday nights.
Perfect. 8.
I stay in the bed late most weekends.
Right. I stay in bed late most weekends. Let me clap for you, Anwar. Let me clap for you.
Thank you,
Excellent.
teacher.
Good job. Well done. Type, what about you, Anwar? What about you?
What?
Can you please use the same sentences 1 to 8 and make them true for you? Make them for you. Here, for example, the first one, I occasionally listen to music on the radio. You can say, I never listen to music on the radio. Or I sometimes listen to music on the radio. Or I always listen to music on the radio. So use the right frequency adverbs based on your personal habit.
Okay.
Read the sentences again, and you can change the frequency adverb. Use the right one for you.
Okay.
The right one for you. Yes, go ahead.
I usually listen to music on the radio.
Perfect.
I check my phone for messages every day.
Okay, perfect.
I always late for my English lessons.
Okay.
I often write emails to my friends.
Okay, great.
I usually don't have lunch at home.
No, could you repeat, please?
I usually don't have lunch at home.
Where should you write the frequency? After don't or before don't?
Before don't.
No, between don't and the main verb. The main verb here have. So I don't usually have lunch at home. I don't usually always use the frequency before the main verb, as I told you. Right? So the main verb here have, not don't. Yeah, the next one.
Okay, I thought. Okay. I'm sleepy in the morning. Almost every morning.
Yeah.
Okay, I can say.
Monday.
I always go out on Monday nights.
Okay. And the last one?
I stay in bed late every weekend.
Okay. Every week. Or
Every
on
week, sorry.
or at the weekends. Okay, Nawaf, thank you very much. So is it clear now how to use frequency adverbs to talk about your daily routine? Clear?
Yes. Yes.
Here, Nawaf, we have different pictures showing daily activities. Okay? Let me now how often do you usually do every single activity? For example, I chat with my best friend every evening. I tidy my flat once a week. What about you? How often do you read a book? How often do you chat with your friends? How often do you tidy your house or your bedroom? How often do you cook? How often do you go shopping with your family, for example? Can you please let me know?
Okay. Uh, um, I chat with my friends every night,
Okay.
and I always go out with my friends.
On Fridays, for example.
Yes, every weekend,
Okay.
and I'm never late for my family,
Mm.
and also um, I usually drink coffee when I wake up,
Okay.
and
Mhm.
I go to the gym
Yeah.
twice a week.
Okay. Hey. Okay, Nawaf, well done.
Okay.
So now let's start reading part 5. So after completing listening part 2, in this unit, you should practice reading part 5. Reading
Okay.
part 5 in B1 reading test is quite different from part 5 in 8 to 11. Here you will be given close or a short passage like this, and you have 6 gaps. For each gap, you have 4 options, A, B, C, or D. How to answer this passage? Number 1, Nawaf, try to familiarize yourself with the content of the passage. So please try read the whole passage without considering or thinking about the filling the gaps. Ignore the gaps. After reading the whole passage, then you can read sentence by sentence and consider the words before the gap and the words after the gap. Then try to guess the missing words before looking at the options. Does this make sense?
Okay.
Is it clear?
Okay. Yes, clear.
So here reading describe the pictures on page 11. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Here read the article again. Choose the correct word for each gap. Read the text without filling in the gaps. And I told you. Read the gaps or read the sentence or the passage without considering or thinking about the gaps.
Okay.
Yes. You have 1 minute, then let's do it together. right? Nawaf? Yeah, it's okay. Nawaf. Finish reading?
Yes.
Type. Yeah, now let's number 1, please. Most people
Okay.
live in flats or houses, but right now, biologist Emilia Rose is walking up somewhere in the Pacific Ocean because her home is a 20-meter boat. She has the
Spin.
last 2 years sailing with her colleagues. She what?
She has a spin.
Exactly. She has spent. Perfect. The last
I'm
2
fine.
years. Yes. So spent. Yes, complete, please.
Okay. The last 2 years sailing with her colleagues, Ryan and Charlie,
Colleagues.
who are also students.
Scientist.
Emilia works, scientist. Emilia's work
Of
uh,
studying large sea
of
creatures.
studying of creatures such as whales and
Whales
dolphins
and dolphins as
as
they
they
cross the
cross
oceans.
the ocean.
So, which verb by of includes ولا consists ولا requires ولا involves?
Includes.
No, I can't say includes of. Here, look, after the space you have of.
D.
Of is, so B, yes, exactly. Consists of يعني يشمل أو يحتوي على. Consists of. Right? Consists of. Right?
Okay.
Right. 3.
So she often travels very long destination and
Distances. And has friends all over the world.
has friends of the world.
Has what?
Mate.
Exactly. Made friends or make friends all over the world. Well done. Type next.
Okay.
Her way of life. Huh.
A real life thought is sometimes uncomfortable space on board. Her boat is limited and big. And
At last, days
weather
is common. Here, temperature, forecast, weather, ولا climate.
I think weather.
Bad weather, exactly. Bad weather. يعني طقس سيء. بعدين. Yes.
And that
Is
last
common
is common
in
in the
winter.
winter.
So, especially. Which adverb means especially? Particularly or extremely.
D.
Here, especially.
Yes,
Especially means particularly. يعني بصفة خاصة. Especially in the winter. Especially in winter. Okay?
yes.
And that's the days in common, especially or in particularly in winter. Then the next one,
Although more than boats, equipment usually helps sailors,
them
and Emilia nearly always feels safe.
okay.
Remove.
Prevent ولا control ولا avoid ولا remove.
Remove.
No. No.
Avoid.
Yeah, and so although modern about equipment usually help sailors, them, okay, always feel safe. So you can say control. Control them. Or avoid, let me say, storms at sea can be frightening. Although modern about equipment usually help sailors, avoid
What
them.
is
Yes,
the concept?
avoid. Yes, you are right. Avoid them, يعني avoid the storms. And if it is stormy or bad weather, they don't sail on that day. You know, that's why they need to check the weather forecast before sailing. If it is bad weather, they don't go sailing on that day.
Yes.
Okay, Nawaf?
Okay.
So what have you studied tonight? What have you studied today?
I studied today grammar, two grammar.
Yes. Time
Prepositions of
prepositions and
and frequency,
frequency
adverbs.
adverbs and
and
how
reading part 5.
reading part 5, exactly. So please answer or practice reading part 5 in
Workbook.
the workbook. And
I will
also
send it to you.
I'll share a link with you. You can practice online B1 practice exams, as I told you before. So
Yes,
you need to
okay.
wait until you finish. So I'll share the link with you. Access B1 exams and start reading. For example, today you practice reading part 5. So practice reading part 5. You will finish the listening part 2. Please practice listening part 2 and so on.
Okay.
Right? So this is really important to improve your B1 course. Thank you, Nawaf, again. Stay safe. Take care. Bismillah ta'ala. In our next lesson on Wednesday, we should complete Unit 1. Thank you. Stay safe. Take care.
Thank you, teacher.
No problem. Thank you. Good night.